Rachel, greetings. Looking forward to Charlotte's solo today. Actually, there was a letter from Grandma in there, even though the return address was from Charlotte. I thought it was just going to be Charlotte, but it's Charlotte and Grandma. But it's a double header. Phil, greetings. Don, good day, sir. And it's the shaven yak. Well, I'm not sure what that means, but all right. Prepping for tomorrow's rave. Yeah, Bob, me too. Prepping for tomorrow's rave. Let's take our medicine early. Carol, greetings. Greetings to you. And Sharon, hello, greetings. Christopher, hello. Skirt up. I'm not sure what that even means, Carol, but I think it means you're excited. I'm wearing my, I bought this Golden State Warriors jersey in Manila, the Philippines, and it's a collector's item. Whoop. Kevin Durant, I knocked over my shillelagh cane. So I'm excited about the election tomorrow. I've got my inauguration election. I've got my inauguration outfit all picked up. I'm excited about that. So Scott's saying we haven't talked about it yet, but it's like 4 clicks to get you to full screen, sound on, comments on, well worth the trouble. Yeah, Scott, listen, it's a few clicks for me to get this all started and typing things in and saying let's go and here we go and how's it all going to work. But that's you know, we're complaining about how many clicks it takes to get something done. That's a big change from having to you know, load up a covered wagon and go across the United States to get to your free land. So we're doing pretty great. The Rona's supposed to go away tomorrow, Dave. Yes, that's what I hear too. You're hitting the Swingers Club? Yeah, doubt it. You better stretch out. You got to stretch out before you hit the Swingers Club. Warm up. So yeah, the Thursday Murder Club. I'm enjoying the book, and it is about this group of people who live in a retirement community that get together to solve murders, and then it's one particular murder that's going on in the book, but it's quite good. It's quite good. I know, Bob, I have not been shellacking the shillelagh. Haven't been doing it. Don says, if you haven't seen the memorial to the lives lost to COVID that was set up around the reflecting pool between the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial, you recommend it. Don, that's interesting. I suppose we can see that on our internet. That's probably, Scott, going to be more than 4 clicks to get there. And you might also have to do some typing, but it sounds interesting. Christopher's asking how many clicks does it take to get to this Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? You know, that is, I don't think you can do that by clicking yet. I don't think technology has advanced far enough for us to be able to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop without licking. It's licking, not clicking. That's what she said. Okay, Jacob's wedding. That's from the Illustrated Children's Bible today. We're 4 minutes in. I think it's time to just get to the Bible. After licking, not clicking. It's time for a Bible story. The Children's Illustrated Bible, as we always. So today is about Jacob's wedding, and it's Jacob and Rachel, who we heard about before. So Jacob goes on the run to visit Laban, his mother's brother, because he's in a little bit of Dutch for stealing his brother Esau's birthrights, even though as firstborn, he's only firstborn by a minute because they were twins. Oh, Don, you've got a link there. Now that's going to save a lot of people some clicking. Don has put a link in for the lights, and if you're listening to this on the audio version, you've got to go to my Facebook page. So that's another thing that's going to happen. Did I go to the Manila Aquarium? I didn't. Oh wow. Wow, you were going to go for a swim in the aquarium? That sounds really amazing. Yes, Keys, asking me to do 4 clicks is like asking your 90-year-old dad to explain fractals. And I look forward to that explanation because I'm not 100% sure I understand fractals either, except I think it's like you look at something, it looks one way, and the more you zoom in, you get to a higher level of resolution, but it's just deeper and deeper into the same kind of thing. It's turtles all the way down. Let me know if your dad is better at it than I am explaining that. Not LeBron James. This is Kevin Durant. Come on. Just started reading the chronological Bible, tried the traditional one, and the story was too hard to follow at about 1,800 pages. This might take a while. Yeah, Bob, good luck with the chronological Bible. I'm assuming that this children's Bible is mostly chronological, but it does skip over quite a lot of things. So anyway, here we are, Jacob's wedding. So as you know, Jacob has fled to Bethel, which is in Haran, to visit his father-in-law Laban of Haran. And Jacob is in love with Laban's younger daughter, Rachel. All right, here we go. I think it covers this here. So when Jacob had been, let me turn on the reading light. Jen, good to see you. You're here just in time for the Bible story. When Jacob had been working for his uncle for a month, and he said he would work there for, I think, 7 years. Okay. Laban said to him, "It's not right that you should work for nothing. Tell me what I should give you in payment." Oh, here we go. Now Jacob looked at Laban's 2 daughters, Rachel and Leah. Leah was plain, but Rachel was slender and beautiful, and it was she who Jacob loved. Well, let me just tell you, this is kind of, not to be sexist, because this applies to any gender or sexual orientation, but if you got your choice between the beautiful one or the plain one, I think most people are going to pick the beautiful one. But as the song goes, never make a pretty woman, if you make an ugly woman your wife, you'll be happy for the rest of your life. All right, so there we go. I will work for nothing, he said to Laban, if at the end of 7 years you will give me Rachel as my wife. So Laban says, I would rather she marry you than anyone. At the end of that time, she shall be yours. So for 7 years, Jacob worked as hard as he knew how. He loved Rachel so much, and he was so happy in her presence that the time passed quickly, each year seeming no more than a week in length. At the end of 7 years, which only seemed like 7 weeks to Jacob, he went to Laban to claim his reward. Now let me marry Rachel as you promised. He probably didn't say it. See, he probably said, now let me marry Rachel as you promised. And Laban called together all his friends and family and gave a great feast to celebrate the marriage of his daughter. But that night, when it was dark, Laban, sent Leah, the plain daughter, to Jacob in Rachel's place. Jacob didn't notice, evidently, because it must have been a rager. In the morning, when Jacob saw the older, not the younger sister lying by his side, he realized he'd been tricked. How could you do this? He asked Laban angrily. Did we not make a bargain? Have I not worked for you for 7 years so that I might have Rachel as my wife? Laban shrugged. Laban shrugged. In this country, it's customary for the elder daughter to marry first. Leah's the elder, so it's right that you should marry her. You should take her for your wife. He laid a hand soothingly on Jacob's arm. Like after you've just tricked a guy into marrying the plain daughter instead of the beautiful one, he puts a hand on his arm and says, listen, however, he continued, finish the week's wedding festivities, then you may marry Rachel as well, if you will work for me for another 7 years. This is a tough bargain. It's basically a 2-for-1 for Jacob. Well, actually, he's still got to pay twice. So Jacob agreed, and a week later, Rachel became his wife, and for 7 more years, Jacob worked for Laban. Of his 2 wives, Jacob loved which one the best? Rachel. But while Rachel remained childless, Leah bore her husband 6 sons and a daughter, a 6-pack of dudes, and a lady. Rachel grew envious of her sister and in her unhappiness turned against Jacob. Jeezy peasy, what a story. Why do you not give me children, she demanded. Hey, Rachel, scoreboard. I'm not shooting blanks. I got your plain sister pregnant 7 times. You know you and I are at it twice as much as I am with her. But in time, Rachel too conceived, giving birth to a boy called Joseph. You see, this is what's confusing about the Bible. There's a lot of Jacobs and Josephs in there. Once she had her baby, Rachel's sadness disappeared. And isn't that, that's what they tell you. You know, if we just had a baby, I wouldn't be sad anymore. But what a story. This Laban, not the most scrupulous, you know, sneaks the plain daughter in place of the beautiful daughter and then tries to claim that, well, you slept with her, so now you got to marry her. It's like, hey, man, I don't think that's the case. I think you're naughty. But Jacob is on pretty thin ice if he's trying to call somebody else naughty after he did that trick to steal his brother Esau's birthrights. Anyway, people are talking about, here we go. Jen, we're talking about your medication. I got your emails. Thank you, Jen, for your kind words. And yeah, I hope we get on top of this. Wow, there's a lot of talk about medication. Mark, yes, this is amazing stuff. You gotta hand it to the Bible. Dave, this is some solid advice. You guys, see, this is what you miss when you're reading the children's Bible. White Claw tangerine pairs very well with cookie twist vape juice. I like that, Dave. Thank you. All right, now I'm just scrolling down to get caught up here. Rich, we haven't given up. Nobody's given up yet. Jen may have given up, but that's just for the moment. She's just taking a break. She's just put herself in timeout. Dave says the plain ones tend to be the more freaky and interesting ones. That has often been the case. My Lady Jerry is not plain, but she is interesting, so she goes against that. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get on with the letter from Andrew. Late arrival today. Probably missed sketchy Bible story. Damn it. Well, Andrew, as always, you can go back and get the Bible later if you want, which is what I had thought for years. I can't tell you how long I've had that children's Bible, and since I started reading it during the pandemic, this is easily the most Bible that I've read in my life in the past year. So there is your pandemic upside. I have read more children's, or more Bible. Let's just say more Bible. No one has to know it's a children's Bible except for us. So today, Keys, you were flipping channels. You came on a show called Wendy, convinced Wendy is a dude in drag. Well, it could be. And if you've got the choice between the plain dude in drag or the beautiful dude in drag, always, I think most people know, pick the beautiful one. Yes, Brad, exactly. Jacob didn't know which one he was sleeping with because he was loaded from the big party. Laban put on a big spread. All right, so here we go. Oh, and I did post, yes, thank you for reminding me, Dave. I meant to mention that. If you haven't seen the picture of me and Grandma from the era of these letters, it has been posted in the group chat. If you're not in the group chat and you're listening to this, you can ask to be in the group chat. It's on my Facebook page. I'll put you in. You can see that. You can see some of Jen's hilarious writing and many other helpful and hilarious posts. So, in today's letter from Grandma, which I thought was just going to be a letter from Aunt Charlotte, but included both, this was a real treasure trove because there's 2 letters from Grandma, and there's something that I had kind of forgotten in here. I don't want to make too big of a deal about it because, as you know, at this time in my life, I had a girlfriend. We were living together, and her name was Diane. And evidently, and I sort of vaguely remembered this, but I had kind of forgotten it. And Diane and I had thought we were going to get married, and I guess and I didn't realize this or remember this, but it had gone far enough that my aunt and my grandmother were under the impression that was going to happen. So, and that must have been because we gave them that impression, and it turned out that didn't happen. But that's another story, probably, and only my business. All right. So Charlotte says, "Dear both of us, thanks for the card. We're very happy for you about your nuptial planning. If you're happy, we are happy for you." That's a little cryptic. "Did you give up smoking?" She's asking, Charlotte's asking Diane. "It's none of my business," which is very rare that Charlotte would say that. "It is a hard thing to do. Maybe you could cut back to so many a day and eventually less." There's some advice on quitting smoking. Maybe you could cut back to so many a day and then eventually less. "Gotta have healthy babies if you two decide to ever have any. I wish you well." And then that's all about that in Charlotte's letter. Now we're on to the real letters from Grandma. This is what we really want to hear, but I did want to share that with you because that was a bit of that was something about my life that I had kind of forgotten. And it's the letters from Grandma, haunting me, little slap in the old face. So Charlotte says, "Mother received a dozen roses from everyone for her Mother's Day. They're pretty, but we really would have liked a pretty plant, such as a red geranium, to put in the flower bed and watch it grow. The flowers were nice. We would have liked a geranium better. Okay, the roses only last about 4 days. Seems as though money is needed for other things." Okay, so Charlotte's, that's a lesson in prudent flower gifting. "I gave Mother a tube of toothpaste for Mother's Day, and I took her to Marshalltown for dinner. We went to Bonanza, and there was a long line of people, so we went to another restaurant and had a nice dinner." Did you too have a nice Mother's Day weekend? "It poured rain here. I planted 6 tomato plants, 4 pepper plants, and 4 cabbage plants in my garden. I have other plants to set out also. Mother," that's my grandmother, "received a box of marigolds for being the oldest person at church on Sunday. Marigolds are about the only thing the rabbits won't eat. I've enclosed a clipping I've had for a while. I also enclosed a clipping about a 7-year-old boy, Jacob Johansson, who won a state drawing contest. I think this Jake is your dad's 3rd cousin." So he was 7 in this is from 1988. So so this guy would be 47 now. He lives 8 miles from Lincoln. Thought you'd get a kick out of it. And that clipping is right here. If you'd like to see Jake Johansson, who won the drawing contest, there you go. That's Jake Johansson. He won a drawing contest. I don't see a resemblance. Well, all little kids look sort of alike. What was the drawing contest for? He'd been chosen as the state winner of the If Dinosaurs Were Alive Today National Drawing Contest for 1st graders. It was announced by Play School, makers of Definitely Dinosaurs and Scholastic News, and also, I think, Play-Doh. All right, so that's the other Jacob Johansson. I'm very happy for his success. The joke du jour, and underneath that she's written in parentheses, joke of the day. Charlotte's really got it on her A game today. "Do you know what you can see when the fog lifts in Los Angeles? Do you know what you can see when the fog lifts in Los Angeles? UCLA. UCLA. I heard Johnny Carson is going to do some of his own writing for his show. Bet you could liven up his show, Scott," which is actually my first name. "Hope all is well. We love you, Charlotte." That was a little tidbit. Now you know that about me. All right, so here, Jacob is my middle name. All right, so this is the letter from Grandma. "We are happy for you. I was going to write the next day, but it seems like I didn't. Had to go to the attorney's office and write checks for the taxes on the farm because they own some farmland in Kansas. And of course, his time to look over the papers. we have a Japanese shrub, and it is full of blossoms at the right corner of the house. Then some bridal wreath something, I believe is next. Will be pretty before too long. We also have some bluebells in blossom by our east window. There was a lilac and bridal wreath by the farmer's fence, but someone cut that down. We have some peonies which aren't up very far. Charlotte said she thought the asparagus is about ready to eat today, May 2nd. Perhaps the rhubarb is about ready also. Lots of love to you both, Grandma. So there you go. Ooh, there's a little postscript. We did have some asparagus May 2nd. It's a beautiful day. The farmer's been disking his field, getting it ready to plant with corn or beans. I guess it is disking. So that's that. And also in this letter is this article about Jay Leno, who is going to have his all spirea. Yeah, that must have been it, Bob. Spirea. Bridal wreath is also known as spirea. I think that's it. So hip comic Leno shooting for a much wider audience. So Jay Leno believes today's comics have turned their backs on primetime television. Yeah, Jay, you're in for a surprise, because I can see the future from where you're speaking from. And today's comics have not turned they're going to be after primetime real hard. In fact, Jerry's coming for you. Jay Leno's Family Comedy Hour, which airs Wednesday at 9 p.m. on NBC. It's a special that Jay was doing. An awful lot of comics have given up on primetime, says Leno. It seems like nobody wants anything to do with it. They're interested in late night or cable. But I think a comedian should appeal to the widest kind of audience that you can. And that is what Jay ended up doing as the host of The Tonight Show. And so this variety special is guest heavy, man. He's got B. Arthur from Golden Girls, Corbin Burnson from LA Law, Richard Dysart also from LA Law. I'm just reading I think he's also got Florence Henderson from the Brady Bunch and Barbara Billingsley from Leave It to Beaver on this special. I don't know if we're still able to watch this. If anybody, I'd like to see the. We've already got one link in the chat, but that would be an interesting show to go back and watch. I think, or maybe I don't think. Anyway. This was a very enjoyable article. Thank you, Aunt Charlotte. Who knows if I even read those clippings from years ago? I must have, and then I put them right back in the envelope, I guess, which is what I'm doing right now. And hopefully, the next time I read this letter, it won't hold the surprise that it did before. Oh, wow. A lot of people also weighing in with their nicknames. Scott, you were a buzz. Yeah, see, it happens. Hickory Park is the restaurant you go to in Ames, Brad. Yeah, I used to work at Aunt Maud's. That was the restaurant I worked at, which years ago was different than I think it may still be open, but it was different then. I used to love Aunt Maud's, to go there to eat even when I was working there. And then I'm trying to think of what other restaurants, Dugan's Deli, and Dugan's Deli, I think that's gone now. And then there was another one down on, just right across from the oldest dorm in the United States. There was a restaurant that I used to go to that was owned by a guy named Lavish, but I can't remember what that was even called, or Lavish or Lavash. Wow, everybody's got some aliases in here. Buzz and Gus. I like Buzz and Gus. I'm gonna go get Buzz and Gus, and we're gonna go down to the pool hall. No, I used Jake, Andrew, because that was a family nickname. My grandfather was Peter Jacob, and he went by Jake. And my father is Robert. and he goes by Jake, and his brother Lyle, also sometimes people would call him Jake. So I had a jacket from when my dad was in the Army that had Jake on it when I was in high school. And I started wearing that jacket, and then that was it. I kind of became Jake from there. Wow. Bob, congratulations. Jay Leno Show, 1986. Oh, I think that this one he's talking about is from 1988, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I think it's Friley. I think it's Friley Keys is the name of that dorm. And I don't think I have the fart machine hooked up today, which is a real shame. There we go. Turn it on. Doesn't take long to warm up. That's the beautiful thing about the fart machine. It doesn't take long to warm up. Mr. Predicto, I don't even know what to ask Mr. Predicto today, so I'm not going to ask Mr. Predicto anything, mercifully, for all of us. But I'm very excited. I've got an inauguration outfit that I'm going to be wearing tomorrow. I bought a t-shirt and a pair of silly pants from Amazon. I'm $40 into this inauguration outfit, so if you don't like it, that'll be okay. But I'm doing my best. I'm going to do one question from the question box and then seize the day, and we're going to see you tomorrow. Lady Jerry sends her greetings, and I think she plans to be here tomorrow for I can't remember what the animal is, but I've got it written down. I mentioned it yesterday. Which celebrity would you most like to see in person? I've seen a lot of celebrities in person. I don't know which celebrity I'd like to see in person. Who would I like to see? I've got it. And I mean, this is just to see a show. I would like to see... I was going to say Beyonce. I'm going to go with my first answer, Beyonce. But I also would like to see Bruno Mars' show. Those are two shows that I would really like to see. And I know it was in there, and they're also celebrities. But I don't know if maybe they meant celebrity see, like you're at a restaurant and you see another celebrity. I'm going to same answer. Same answer, Beyonce. I'd like to see Beyonce at a Chipotle. Now that I'm putting that in there, out there in the universe, I'd like to see Beyonce at the Chipotle because I love it there. Yeah, there's a lot of... Jen, don't feel bad. A lot of people want to badmouth Mr. Predicto, but that's just because they don't have a Mr. Predicto. I love the Mr. Predicto, and a lot of people are down on Mr. Predicto. Mr. Predicto, do you fear for your life?
I would not count on it.
Well, Mr. Predicto kind of taking the tough guy path. Do you fear for your life? I wouldn't count on it. All right. So today's Seize the Day. Thank you all for being here. There's little celebrity sightings in person here. Let's get in there. You just like to see how short celebrities are in person. Andrew, yeah, well, I think you'd be surprised. A lot of them are tiny. It's a disproportionately large head, which I feel like I kind of have. My body was a little smaller. My head's a pretty good size, but my body is also, I'm 6'2", so that really gets in the way of my large head. And my show business success. Also, I wish my eyebrows were a little thicker. If I had Peter Gallagher's eyebrows or Colin Farrell's eyebrows, man, think of what I could have done in show business or what I could still do. Maybe a little eyebrow trim. That's what I want for Christmas next year. Some big old eyebrows. Al Pacino, Flavia. He's so mad you missed him back in the theater production of Glengarry Glen Ross. Oh, I was just thinking about Glengarry Glen Ross. I'd watch the movie of that again. Jen, you like to play Trivial Pursuit with Charles Barkley? I would watch that on pay-per-view. So let me go. Dave, Phil Spector? Oh, wait. Yeah, you got to watch out around Phil Spector. Conan has a bigger head. Yes, yep. Bob Newhart and Buzz Aldrin Robinson. Yeah, good answer. I've performed at Bob Newhart's Kennedy Senator Mark Twain Prize Awards and met him on a number of occasions, and that was terrific. Didn't ever get to meet Buzz Aldrin. I guess he's still around, so it's possible. And I knew someone who knew him in Arizona, but that relationship, anyway. Scott Andy Rooney. Oh, wow. All right, so today's Seize the Day is from Dr. Seuss. Also not his real name. I shouldn't say that. Dr. Seuss. And this is from the Seize the Day 5. Oh, this just in, Rachel. Thank you. I just received Seize the Day 6 right here in the mail. Literally just this in. It came today. Jake, I know it will be a while before you need Seize the Day 5, but when you are, here it is for when the time comes. Well, oh yeah, this is Seize the Day 5. This is Seize the Day 4. We're on Seize the Day 4. So I have Seize the Day 5 coming up. No worries. And here we go. Dr. Seuss was a PhD. That's good. Heard someone say they got their hair transplant for eyebrows. Oh, I don't think I'm ready for that, Ed. I'm not ready for eyebrow transplants. I'm ready for some eyebrow fertilizer cream or a supplement that I take, but that can go wrong. If you're taking a supplement to grow more eyebrows, how do you know you're not going to get some weird, ring around your belly button of fur? Anyway, Dr. Seuss, life is too short to wake up in the morning with regrets. So love the people who treat you right, forgive the ones who don't, and believe that everything happens for a reason. If you get the chance, take it. If it changes your life, let it. Nobody said it would be easy. They just promised you it would be worth it. That's Dr. Seuss. I kind of like that one. I'll read it again. Life is too short to wake up in the morning with regrets. So love the people who treat you right, forgive the ones who don't, and believe that everything happens for a reason. If you get the chance, take it. If it changes your life, let it. Nobody said it would be easy. They just promised it would be worth it. All right. There you go. Oh, I see. We're talking about when Keys met Conan. Yes, and there's a photo of that somewhere, Keys. I don't know if you put it in the chat, but I know you sent me a picture of it, or I've seen a picture of it. But you might put that in the chat. Bob, they took your hair transplants from the hair growing in your ears? Yep. I think that's actually hair that's come from the top and now redirected. But anyway, Martin Scorsese does have some good eyebrows. Eugene Levy eyebrows. Those are fantastic. Although I do have to say, check out Peter Gallagher's eyebrows and check out Colin Farrell's eyebrows. Those guys, those dudes. I mean, this is the eyebrow club for men is what we're talking about. And whoever's got time to do some clicks later today, if you could put together the eyebrow club for men, including Colin Farrell and Peter Gallagher and Eugene Levy, and anyone else who you can find who's got eyebrows of that caliber, that would be great. And some ladies with a lot of eyebrows are good too. I can't think of those right off the top of my head. But we'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you for watching. I'll be here. Lady Jerry hopefully we'll be here. It's our inauguration day, hump day special. And have a great night. Don't give up. There'll be plenty of time to give up later. See you.